A girl was on a plane when she decided to use the restroom, and that decision ended up saving her life. As she finished and was about to return to her seat, the plane suddenly began to shake violently. Immediately, she was thrown into the restroom, screaming for help in panic. When she opened her eyes again, everything around her was eerily quiet. She tried to open the restroom door but found it wouldn't budge. Desperate, she kicked the door open, only to be met with the horrifying sight of the plane crashed on a snowy mountain. It was then she realized she had survived a plane crash. Looking around at the bodies scattered everywhere, she desperately searched for survivors. Eventually, she heard a man's cries for help and found a survivor pinned under the wreckage. She managed to free him, and the two of them sought shelter in the only place they could, a small restroom in the plane, trying to escape the blizzards. Though they huddled together for warmth, the cold still pierced through them. To survive, she placed the man's hand over her chest, and the two endured the freezing night. The next morning, she stepped out of the restroom and saw that the plane was completely covered in snow. The entire mountain range was buried under the snow, making it nearly impossible for rescuers to find them. Surrounded by frozen bodies, she sank into despair. But the man urged her to think of her family and not to give up. With his encouragement, she gathered strength, though the man seemed to be losing his resolve. Eventually, he broke down, shouting in agony. Another blizzard hit, and they had no choice but to retreat back into the restroom. The man decided to leave and search for a way to survive. Though the girl believed leaving would mean certain death, she ultimately decided to follow him. Together, they climbed the snowy mountain, but there was no sign of life anywhere. The girl began to blame the man, but suddenly he gestured for her to run. An avalanche was coming down the mountain. In her shock, she was buried by the snow. After the avalanche, the man, who had found shelter in a cave, dug through the snow and managed to rescue her. Though she was unconscious, she was not seriously injured. The man stayed by her side, waiting for her to wake up. Touched by his loyalty, the girl gradually developed feelings for him. The man even confessed his love, saying, "I love you." The next day, they decided to continue their journey. After crossing the mountain, they finally reached a place without snow, hoping to find people. But then, the man took a risk and went to the edge of a cliff, where an unexpected tragedy struck.